accountability goes all the way to the top. That's the problem. Is that our school is known for football. Okay, even our medical facilities, which have now become a big part of what the University of Miami does, they use the football logo. Okay, because that's where everything borrows credibility. Okay, I was a history major. That stuff's important. It might not seem important, but that's important. Okay, where people get authority in a social sense is very important. Okay, and even our medical facilities have to borrow authority from the football program. Yet there is no accountability in the football program from the bottom to the top. Did you guys see Julio Frank's letter to the fan base? Okay, so he says, I'm going to get more involved. Okay, but how's he going to get more involved? He's going to have more bureaucrats between him and Blake James. Okay, that's what he said. I'm going to augment my involvement by putting 2 more bureaucrats below me. So really, I don't have to do anything. I'm just throwing more personnel at a problem. Okay, well, you know what? How about the university? Because we have to borrow authority from the football program, how about we hire a president who knows football? Okay, a president who will demand excellence on the football field as well as our other interests, okay, in marine biology and the medical field. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but there just has to be accountability. There's no accountability between Blake James and Julio Frank. How in the world does he know what's happening on the football team? He has no idea.
I mean, you're saying facts. It's true. That's what I said. Like they don't care. Straight up. Yeah. They just trying to collect. They trying to collect their money, and that's it. Yep. The ACC paying them. That's it. Yep. They don't care. Why do you think they've been putting out all these press releases? Why do you think Julio Frank posted something on Twitter today? Why do you think that Manny is responding to what Herbstreit said? They know that the fans, they know that they're a national laughingstock. The University of Miami football team is a laughingstock right now. Nobody takes us serious. You know what people do? They look at us and they laugh and they see, wow, what a shame. How far, the mighty have fallen.
We are the example of what not to do in college football. We are the blueprint on what not to do in college football if you want success. And before we get going, Ohio Kane, thank you for the $5 donation. It says Manny's got to go. Enough is enough. I mean, I feel you, bro. We're all on the same. Every fan is basically calling for Manny's head now. So I think it's a matter of time. Yeah. I mean, is this something to where we're just going to allow the snowball to happen and possibly go under 500? Or do you guys think that we'll actually make the move mid-season to fire him and bring in an interim guy?
I'll let you go first, Jordan. I'll let you go first.
What I think we should do, here's the deal, is you can play this the right way or you can play this the wrong way, okay? I think it would be smart of us to make the move mid-season, okay? And then we use the marketing department or whatever, we use the press for us to make us look attractive, okay? So you put all the freshmen out on display. Okay, you fire Manny Diaz, okay, and then you get Jake Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke starting, okay? You get Leonard Taylor starting. You get James Williams and Cam Kinchins and, Chase Smith and Rooster. You put all the young weapons out there. You make us look like the hottest up-and-coming job, okay? You make us look really attractive. Other stuff is happening, okay? Let's say Oregon goes on a 3-game skid, okay? We start to look pretty good, Penn State goes on a skid. James Franklin's like, hey, look at what Miami has down there. That's only a 2-year rebuild for me. They got 5-star talent already. Yeah. And I'm just throwing out hypotheticals, right? That if you play your cards right, you could actually go quite a long way in making us look attractive as a vacant destination. What you don't want is more of Zach McLeod lining up at defensive end. You don't want more of our talent being buried, okay? And so that we look like a dumpster fire, because we do right now. You don't want us to look like a dumpster fire. You want people to look at that and be like, man, they got young studs. They have underclassmen studs at almost every position. If I went there, one good recruiting class, we're competing for an ACC title.
It doesn't take much.
You can't tell me that a guy like Lane, let's say Lane Kiffin, let's say he doesn't even make the SEC championship, okay? He probably won't because he's in that West division, right? At least I think. But he's seeing all of our freshmen okay, and Matt Corral's gone. That's gonna look pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If we make this move, is there any guy currently on our staff that could take over the interim head coach that would give you maybe a little hope? Is there anybody that you'd like to see get that opportunity?
No. No. What? No, man. No. Look, ain't nothing saving us. Nothing. What Jordan said is the blueprint. That's absolutely the blueprint. You play all the young guys. You say, look, all you old guys, thank you for your service to the university. Here's your pink slip. You're not playing the rest of the year. We got to, showcase these young guys and make us look attractive. Because right now, we look like dog food, and expired dog food at that. And, look, there's only one guy for me that I think could come in here, and I think I think this guy, if I know everybody's gonna say, oh, it's the same guy. If Mario Cristobal got this job, I think we could be in the ACC title by next season. I legitimately believe that. Honestly, I legitimately believe he would be able. It's just that's just what I feel. Honestly, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I think he's good enough as a coach, and he would build a staff that's good enough that could do it.
Yep.
But I agree with Jordan. I mean, I love Lane Kiffin. Yeah, I would love Lane Train over here. And that's one option. But let me tell you, man, you got to rip the Band-Aid off now. You got to do it. It's not worth keeping this guy when I'm going to keep it a buck. I know some people in the program, and I've heard some of the players, they don't take him serious. They think he a substitute teacher. They think, oh, you my friend, but I don't respect you. And it's just a fact. I saw on the sidelines today, he tried to talk to two players. Guess what they did? They did like that. It brushed him right off. They didn't even give him the time of day, and that's your head coach.
Yeah.
If your players are doing that during a game, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Well, there's no respect, man. And why is there respect? I mean, like, it's the fear, right? I mean, there's probably other stuff too, but it's the fear. Like, Manny has spent so much time trying to be cool and trying to be friends with his players by doing slip and slides after beating a 3-8 team or whatever.
Yep.
Doing the wrestling night, doing the yacht, all that stuff. Like, he's trying to be cool, right? I mean, did you guys ever grow up as kids? You're growing up, you have that one friend where his dad is way more concerned with being his son's friend than being a parent. Okay?
Yep.
You know that kid's going to turn out to be a knucklehead.
Yep.
Throughout his whole life.
Yep.
You know he's going to be a knucklehead.
That was a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. He never had anyone to crack him on the back of the head and be like, hey, don't be an idiot. We don't have that in our program.
Accountability.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I've talked about accountability all night. I'm just packaging it in different forms now at this point. But we need people to crack our young guys upside the head and be like, hey, man, like, you're smarter than that. Don't be making that play.
It's just, honestly, we care more about, the glitz and the glamour and the BS stuff, the chain. I mean, look, I got a chain, but I mean, it is what it is, man. Diaz and this whole staff. And I don't want to say this whole staff because there's a few staff members that I think are good coaches, but they look bad now because the whole team looks bad.
Yeah.
And
is T-Rob being allowed to coach the secondary guys, or is this T-Rob coaching Manny Diaz as secondary?
This is T-Rob doing what Manny tells him to do. You playing 10 yards off a receiver on 3rd and 2. 3rd and 4, you giving them like a 6-7 yard cushion. And then you're surprised when they pick up the 3rd down. It's a joke. Look, and I'm someone who was a Manny supporter defensively. Ross can tell you, I capped a lot for him. He hoodwinked me.
Yeah. I think, there's a lot of problems here, man. Because, Caleb mentioned Mario Cristobal, okay, and I would love to have Mario Cristobal. I think he's probably the best candidate for the job right now, and that's including anybody. I think all things considered, Mario would probably be the best and smartest hire that we could make long term. My problem, though, is I think we need a change of athletic director before. Like, I'm not sure if Mario comes in and he's handcuffed. First of all, he probably never would agree to that, okay, because he wanted this job the first time around. He probably got a peek at how this program is managed, okay? If he comes in, he's going to be handcuffed, okay, because he'd go into Blake's office and, be getting upset or whatever, and Blake's just going to be like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's no accountability in this program. Take your anger elsewhere. Yeah. Like, there's no way that Mario's going to go for that. Why would he? He has it made up in Oregon. There's no reason for Mario to come out here. Yeah, we're a joke. We're a joke from top to bottom. We don't develop players. There's no accountability. I mean, we should have fired Manny Diaz like 2 games ago. We really should have.
Yeah, okay? I agree with you. I mean, we're laughing stock. That's what we are.
We should have fired Blake James after the FIU loss because we hired Manny Diaz in 6 hours, and then we suffered our worst loss in program history. That's on Blake James. Okay, he should have been fired 2 years ago. I don't even know Julio Frank got this job. I don't know how he did. We're a football school.
I feel like that this is one of those things that, you hear guys talk about how a guy ties himself to a sinking ship or something like that. I feel like Blake James tied himself to the Manny Diaz sinking ship, and I feel like he's dumb enough to be willing to go down with that ship. And that's just – it's insane. It's insane. We can't sit here and say that Blake James hasn't done anything for the university. We can't say that. We've made some improvements, but these improvements don't reflect to on-field success. That's my issue. We're spending money just to spend money.
In any program, look at football and basketball and baseball. Is there a single sport that you can look at that you say, you know what, we are better off now than we were the day that Blake stepped on campus?
Absolutely not. No. The athletic program, athletics is in shambles. Let's call a spade a spade. That's where we're at. Baseball team stinks. Basketball team stinks. Football team reeks. I mean, it's just dumb and dumber. That's what we are right now.
There's a comment here that I want to touch on, guys, because it's something that I've been vocal about as well. We should give a 3-year contract instead of a 5 to every coach to come here so they can prove it. They want the extension. Sick of this. Nobody want to hear no more politics. We want to be better. I get it. I saw no reason to give Manny Diaz that 5-year deal. He did absolutely nothing to earn that. A 3-year deal could have actually kept him maybe a little more motivated, could have put that fire under his ass a little earlier. But that 5-year deal, I feel like it's almost kind of given him a little comfort, given him a little cushion to where he feels like he doesn't have to be a top guy. He can just kind of go through the motions until next season when he really needs to put it on. Now, if he survives that long, we'll see. That's the question. We don't know if he's going to survive.
Well, I agree. I think that's great in theory, especially for a guy like Manny Diaz. He only should have got a 3-year contract. The problem is, though, how attractive are we a job? When we're chasing the big fish like Mario, you really think we can be like, hey, Mario, I know you love it up in Oregon. I know you just won your 3rd straight Pac-12 championship. I know you made it to the playoff this year. I know you have a blank check every season from Phil Knight. I know players love going there because of all your uniforms and stuff. However, you should come here on a 3-year deal.
Yeah. Why would he want to leave the Nike machine? That's something I don't know if fans quite understand how big that machine is. That machine practically recruits for the University of Oregon. It does not take an all-world recruiter to land players there. Nike is doing a lot of that hard work.
Yeah, and you can apply that to any coach, okay? Because I think we all agree that we need a proven coach that is serious, that has a track record of serious success. Now, my question is, though, if you want that criteria, why would he come here on a 3-year deal? Like that's the problem. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect that comment, because for a guy like Manny Diaz, absolutely, because his only other option is Temple, okay? that's when we're holding the cards. A 5-year deal for Manny was ludicrous. But, if we're going to go after Lane Kiffin, hey, 3-year deal, buddy. He's like, no, I'm good. I got more than 3 years on my contract here at Ole Miss.
I'll give you a little something. He's going to say vaffanculo. That means something not too good in Italian. Just saying.
Yeah, right.
So, look, honestly, man, it's just Blake James. We all know. We know what it is at this point. The people who really care about this program, they know what's been going on the past 3 years.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are still oblivious, and they'll still say, "Oh, give Manny some more time." He inherited, a bad situation. Mark Richt, his last year wasn't good here. Let me tell you what Manny inherited. He inherited his own damn defense because he recruited all of those guys. I don't want to hear anything about recruiting. I don't want to hear it. Manny, how are you gonna say, "Oh, I still need 2 more classes"? You need 2 more classes, my guy. You've recruited damn near this whole defense since you've been here.
Yep.
So are you saying that you're a bad recruiter? Are you saying that maybe, the people you have on your staff aren't good recruiters? You can't have it both ways. And that's why he's a swindler and he's a politician's son to a T. He'll always tell you what you want to hear, and it's a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
Remember, like I told you guys, what do politicians do? They spend their entire time in office trying to convince the public they're working hard while doing as little work as humanly possible. That is a politician. All talk, no substance. Unfortunately, that seems to be where our head coach is right now. He seems to have learned directly from Daddy that, if you just say the right things at the right time, people are going to forgive you and people are going to forget. Well, the thing is that he's not the mayor of Miami. He's the coach at the University of Miami. 2 totally freaking different worlds, but yet he's treating it like it's a politician's job. And to me, that's kind of shows how stale we are and how the lack of substance that we truly have. Because when it is all talk, it's only a matter of time until that falls apart. You can't be all talk for more than 2 years, basically. You can fake it for a year or 2, but the wheels start coming off, and we're seeing that right now. And I think this is about the time where that would come off for any team that was dealing with a swindler.
No, and I think another thing is that, you got to start thinking, why is he missing out on a lot of top targets recruiting wise? I think he's a very disingenuous person, straight up. I've met him 3 times, and those were at Hurricane Club, member events. And he seems like, you could tell he doesn't keep things a buck. Some people, I'm the type of person that if I get a vibe off someone, and I think a lot of people are like that too. And sometimes you can tell there's something a little off about someone. And he's one of those people. He's just, he always seems like he's trying to, care to the crowd. He wants people to like him instead of just being honest. And I think that's why he's in this position right now. People want to say, "Oh, he's made changes. He got rid of Baker. He got rid of Enos." Well, who you think he got Enos? He chose Enos. He got Lashley. And these guys, they haven't gotten the job done. Everybody said, "Oh, well, he's give him some time." Look, forget time. It's done with. In this day and age of college football, you don't get that much time. You saw FSU, they got rid of Tiger halfway through his 2nd year. They should have gotten rid of Manny after his 1st year. But, that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. So, honestly, at this point, I'm not holding my breath on them getting rid of him, during the season. If they had any heart, they would do it. But I don't think they do. So, we'll just have to see what happens, honestly.
I don't see it happening.
Here's my thing I see with Manny Diaz is that he's working way too hard at the wrong stuff. He's working at stuff that has no importance or no real chance to give us something successful in the future, basically. He has spent his time basically doing promotional gigs. That seems to be what he does. He does promotional gigs, and he tries to be the used car salesman 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.